All right. I ran across the weirdest thing, and I just wanted to bring this to you guys. This is going to be a short live stream. Let me just put this on the screen. So, right here, there is an Illuminati card game that actually, in some type of way, either predicted Charlie Kirk's unaliving or Charlie Kirk used it to show Trump in particular what he knew what was about to happen. And it was the weirdest thing. So right here, as you can see, the picture on this particular card. So this is the Illuminati card game. And it says enough is enough. So that's the first clue. Enough is enough. And then you see a picture of Trump like in purple. And I'm showing a picture of Trump next to it so you can see that it is indeed Trump. So that is the second clue. And then at the bottom, if you can see, it says, at any time, at any place, our snipers can drop you. Have a nice day. So with all that being said, it brought me down a rabbit hole, and I'm going to do a part two because I'm just impromptu coming up here talking about this. This needs more attention because I'm going to show you why. But before I show you why, make sure to hit the like button, hit the hype button, and drop your city in the chat. Let me know where you at. Spam the chat with your city. And let's get into this because this is really weird. And I got some other things to talk about too. But check this out right here.
Kirk's last video was Enough is Enough. It was posted on September.
All right, hold on. All right, here we go.
Charlie Kirk's last video was titled Enough is Enough. It was posted on September 9th, and it's actually a video of Trump. But why does this even matter? Well, there's this game that came out in the 90s called the Illuminati New World Order. And one of the cards in it is a picture of a man who does look like Trump, I will say. But the point is that the card is titled Enough is Enough. And the first thing it says on the card is, at any place, at any time, our snipers can drop you. That card game has predicted a lot, but that one, that's a little weird. That's really weird to me. Anyways, this is my driver. Our snipers can drop you? Is that a threat? I think that's a threat.
So to me, I look at this from the other side. Yes, it's a threat, but this card game could not have predicted Charlie Kirk's death because it was put together in the 90s, right? And you all have seen how the Simpsons are predicting all these different things, right? In my personal opinion, these things, including the Simpsons, aren't predicting what's about to happen. It's people wanting things to happen that what happened in the Simpsons. For an example, the Simpsons has Donald Trump going down an escalator because they have Trump going down an escalator. Once Trump gets into office, somebody goes to Trump that is controlling all of these different things, tells Trump, all right, at this particular time, on this particular day, we need you to go down this escalator with this person right here with this outfit on. And Trump is like, oh, okay, in order for it to look like the Simpsons is predicting things. Or either it could be the other way around. But I'm looking at this from a transversely standpoint for a particular reason. Now, we can go a little farther.
And that's Charlie's last video. And it's Trump. I'm going to post the card so you can see.
So as you can hear what she's saying, it was Charlie Kirk's last video on YouTube, because I looked it up. It was on YouTube in particular, not on Instagram. On Instagram, though, his last video or post that he posted was of the young woman that was popped in the neck that was on the train. So do y'all remember right before Charlie Kirk died, it was a girl in Australia, I believe, and randomly a guy was sitting here, like sitting behind a girl, and then he just jumped up and started boop, 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 and then she passed away on the train. Do y'all remember that? That was actually his last post on Instagram. Don't let go. Oh yeah. Wait, somebody said my something is going out. Can y'all see me, hear me, and everything's good? Put a 1 in the chat if you can hear me and see me well. Because somebody said I'm going in and out. I just want to make sure before I keep going. Let me check myself. Yes, the refugee from the Ukraine. Put a 1 in the chat if y'all can see me and hear me clearly. Just want to do a check. I don't want to go too far and something's wrong. So y'all can hear me and see me. All right, cool. All right. So yeah, it was a young lady in the Ukraine that was sitting on a train, or yeah, I think it was a train, and all of a sudden she just got in the neck, right? So that is, I'm just looking at everything to make sure everything is going good. Okay, looks like everything is going good. All right, cool. Yeah. And she got killed here in the States, thinking in Carolina somewhere. Wait. I thought she was from the Ukraine. Okay. Miss Lego, she was a refugee from Ukraine, I believe. Yes. Okay. But it happened in America. Okay, cool. All right. So so that right there was Charlie Kirk's last post on Instagram. And then we're going to talk about this post that he posted of Donald Trump talking about the young lady.
Guys, the 1995 Illuminati card game has done it again. It has accurately predicted the Charlie Kirk assassination. You need to watch this to the end, trust me. Now, if you guys haven't seen this card game before, it was made in 1995, and conspiracy theorists suggest that some of these cards are the plan for the New World Order. Again, made in 1995. That look familiar? How about this one?
So the key to this is the plan for the New World Order, which means it's not a prediction, it's a plan. And at some point in the future, they carry the thing out. And that's the reason why it's important for me to look at this in a transverse standpoint instead of just saying, oh my God, they're predicting the future. No, what a lot of you don't realize is the future has been planned already. Like, if you just look at companies, and America in particular is an actual company, all right? America, the United States, is a company, all right? So when you look at a company, they have projections for the next 5 years, 10 years, 20 years, 30 years, right? So what they do is they build on, they put together a blueprint, which could be this card game just as an example, where they plan out what or how they want to see things in the future, right? So this tarot card game, The Simpsons, are simply, in my opinion, leaks that came from somewhere that showed what the world is going to look like in the next 2 years, 5 years, 10 years, right? So these leaks come out and they put them in The Simpsons. These leaks come out and they put them in these tarot card games. So it's not necessarily a prediction, it's a projection, right? So projection is the word and not prediction, in my opinion.
That one, Federal Reserve, Center for Disease Control, gun control. You get my point. Somehow, this card game in 1995 shockingly predicts a lot of the things that.
So let me back it up, and I want to put this on a bigger screen so we can see this a little bit easier. All right, so let's look at all of these images. Let me back it up a little bit. Not too far. All right.
Just that some of these cards are the plan for the New World Order. Again, made in 1995. That look familiar? How about this one? How about this one? That one? Federal Reserve.
All right, so let me look at this right here. So a lot of these pictures or images on this card game, you could turn around and say, "Oh my God, they predicted the Twin Towers. They predicted." No, the Twin Towers were supposed to be demolished. See, a lot of these things, there's plans. So it's not a prediction, it's a plan. And just like with AI and all this other stuff, all of this stuff is a plan. And they know what's about to happen in the next couple of years. With that being said, this means that they knew Charlie Kirk was going to be unalived on September 10th.
You need to watch this to the end. Trust me. Now, if you guys
all right, so I'm looking at these pictures, and I guess the one at the top, Society for Creative on Anarchism, Military Industrial Complex.
haven't seen this card game before, it was made.
And right here, terrorist nuke is when the plane hit the September. I would say September, the day after September 10th. I don't want to say that actual phrase because it might have problems with YouTube.
In 1995, and conspiracy theorists suggest that some of these cards are the plan for the New World Order. Again, made in 1995. That look familiar? How about this one? How about this one?
Oh, the Pentagon. Okay.
That one? Federal Reserve, Center for Disease Control, gun control. You get my point. Somehow, this card game in 1995 shockingly predicts a lot of the things that have happened in the future. Now, this is the card that really blew my mind, and stick with me here, guys. The card is titled Enough is Enough. At any time, at any place, our snipers can drop you. Have a nice day. Kind of looks like a picture of Trump. And you might be saying, well, what does this have to do with the Charlie Kirk situation? Well, this is the last short that is on Charlie Kirk's YouTube. Look at the thumbnail. Look at the card. Well, I didn't think too much about it until I saw the title of this short. Enough is enough. Yeah. Okay. I just like to say here, guys, that I love my life. I love my life so much. I would never take my life. And just to let you know, if you guys have been watching what I've been presenting this whole entire time and you still believe the narrative, the mainstream, then you're an idiot. The playbook is too obvious. They want you to know. They want you to know it's them. Nothing surprises me anymore, but let me know what you think in the comments down below.
So what I've said a number of times is what they like to do is to hide in plain sight. So the things that you are seeing is on purpose. They want you to see these things in order to control you, because the more afraid you are as an American citizen, the more you're going to conform, and you're going to vote differently because you're scared. See, voting scared and voting confidently, you're possibly going to vote for two different people. So if you're scared, you're going to vote for this person. But if you're confident and you feel safe, you're going to vote for this person. So they look to scare the shit out of you and put things together to make you think, oh my God, what is happening? And that is part of the psyop, in my opinion. All right, so let's keep going.
Hello, peace and love.
Far too long, Americans have been.
All right, so this is the actual video that Charlie Kirk posted. And he's speaking on the girl from Ukraine that was unalived on the train. So let's listen to see if we can get any more Easter eggs out of this. But this is the video. He said, enough is enough. And of course, like we all know, part of this conversation when it comes to the projection of everything was the movie. What was the name of the movie? The movie that predicted, that also looked like it predicted Charlie Kirk's unaliving also. What was the name of that movie? Do y'all remember?
Forced to put up with Democrat-run cities that set loose savage, bloodthirsty criminals to prey on innocent people. Really very, very
Snake
innocent
Eyes, yeah.
people. In every place, they control radical left judges, politicians, and activists, and they've adopted a policy of catch and release for thugs and killers. In Charlotte, North Carolina, we saw the results of these policies when a 23-year-old woman who came here from Ukraine met her bloody end on a public train. And here's a picture of it. This is the picture of it. And this is a picture of the woman, a beautiful young girl that never had problems in life.
Now, remember, this post was on September the 9th. What's up, Peacock 615? This post was September 9th, the day before Charlie Kirk passed away. This girl in this picture passed away somewhat the same way Charlie Kirk passed away. And he said, enough is enough under the video. And let me show you this picture again, because some of y'all didn't see it. So right here, enough is enough was a part of an Illuminati card game. Okay. So let's look at this and we're going to come back to the video from Donald Trump. Enough is enough, which is under the video of Donald Trump. The picture in the Illuminati card game is of Trump. That's why I got Trump's picture next to it. So you can see it is, in fact, Donald Trump. And at the bottom, it says, at any time, at any place, our snipers can drop you. Have a nice day. Now, the reason why this is significant and scary is because he posted this. He did. Charlie Kirk posted this. So my question is, why did Charlie Kirk post this the day before he died? See, if Trump posted it or IHOP posted it, then it would be a totally different conversation to have. But Charlie Kirk himself somewhat predicted his own death. So that means Charlie Kirk, in some type of way, is a part of this psyop. So why did he himself post this? Because let me play this.
An intervention was staged by Bill Ackman because Charlie's rational thoughts about were a no-no. This is not the route that you should be going on. And Charlie was surrounded by his friends, his quote unquote friends. Bill Ackman was very upset and threats were made. It was at this time that Bibi Netanyahu was called and Charlie was invited to. This was an under duress situation, I would say, because I've been in these situations before. When I started asking very sensible questions about it, as someone who had dedicated her political life to supporting many times alongside Charlie Kirk.
And as you already know, I'm beeping out the word IHOP. She keeps saying it, so I actually am beeping out. So when you hear the beep, she's saying IHOP or the blue and white country. So back it up a little bit.
Time that Bibi Netanyahu was called and Charlie was invited to. This was an under duress situation, I would say.
So right here, Bibi invited him to IHOP and Charlie didn't want to go. And things got to the point where Charlie was like, yo, I don't want to do this. And it sounds like it almost turned violent in a way. So let me back it up a little bit more.
Thoughts about were a no-no. This is not the route that you should be going on.
Negative thoughts about IHOP is a no-no.
And Charlie was surrounded by his friends, his quote unquote friends. Bill Ackman was very upset and threats were made. It was at this time that Bibi Netanyahu was called and Charlie was invited to. This was an under duress situation, I would say, because I've been in these situations before. When I started asking very sensible questions about it, as someone who had dedicated her political life to supporting many times alongside Charlie Kirk, I was met with the very same pressure. And just like Charlie was being invited to, I was invited somewhere else. And
so you may ask if Candace Owens was at some point under the same duress, why is she still here and why is Charlie Kirk gone? Does anybody want to share your opinion on that? Let me know in the chat. Why do you think if the same amount of pressure was on Candace Owens as was on Charlie Kirk, why did they get rid of Charlie Kirk and not Candace Owens? Of course, I don't specifically have the answer to that, but it's something to speak on. So let me add this, and I'm going to come back to that.
There's another phone call that I had with Andrew Colvett where I was crying on the phone with him. I mean, I am talking maybe 72 hours max after Charlie was killed. And he was also upset on the phone, but he said something and it's hitting differently the more that I think about it. He said, and I quote, "Candace, it was supposed to be you. It was supposed to be you." Now, at the time, I dismissed this as some sort of bargaining, right? That's an actual stage of grief. You do bargain. You wish that it was this person. You could trade it. Maybe you wish that it was yourself. And to be honest, I did go through that phase of bargaining with Charlie. Like, why didn't it happen to somebody else?
So right there, somebody, Andrew Colvett in particular, Andrew Colvett is the one who told her that it was supposed to be you. So according to Andrew Colvett, he's the one that said, you were the one that was supposed to get unalived on September 10th and not Charlie Kirk. I would love to ask her, was she invited anywhere? I would love to know, around September 10th, was Candace Owens invited anywhere? And who invited her somewhere, especially to speak publicly? Did she turn down a speaking gig anywhere? Because if it was supposed to be her and she does her content in her basement, right? And they possibly wanted to do something public, like a public unaliving, because that's what the Charlie Kirk situation was. It was literally a public unaliving. So if it was supposed to be Candace, who and when and what was she invited to be a part of publicly around that time? Because if it was supposed to be her, they would have had to lure her out in the public somewhere. So I don't know.
A good person. Was Andrew trying to maybe communicate to me after, especially given the fact that I told you that while the actual day on September 10th, while Charlie was in the hospital, he told me that there was a list and that me and Tucker Carlson were on it and that we had to lay low, but he never told me who told him that. I never got a call from the feds telling me that. So I feel like these questions I have now are quite valid. Andrew, by the way, was not the only person who called me on that day and reached out to my family on that day with this warning, immediately cautioning me and Tucker to keep our mouths shut, telling us that we should lay low because there was a quote unquote list going around.
So what it's looking like, and we're still on this weird car game, what it looks like is Charlie Kirk was possibly warned and was possibly aware of this same list, because the three people that was on the list was Tucker, Candace, and Charlie. Charlie Kirk posted a video of Donald Trump and it said, "Enough is enough." And the card game, the card in the card game said, we can snipe you wherever you are and whenever we want. What if we can snipe you whenever you are, wherever you are and whenever we want? What if Donald Trump was on that list also? What if the reason why he posted a video of Donald Trump talking, saying enough is enough, because he was possibly conveying the same warning that he got, that Candace got, that Tucker got to Donald Trump? Because we all know a sniper allegedly tried to take out Donald Trump. So instead of him seeing that they were about to take him out, what if the video of Donald Trump was his warning of Donald Trump possibly being the one that was going to be taken out? But it ended up being Charlie Kirk instead of Donald Trump. Because Donald Trump had how many assassination attempts? And the reason why Donald Trump is still alive is because he is conforming to what IHOP is telling him to do. Compared to who? Charlie Kirk. So Donald Trump, as you already know, is doing everything that BB is telling him to do. That's the reason why we're pissed off right now. That's why the Strait of Hormuz is closed right now, because Donald Trump hit the red button and went to war with Iran, well, half war with Iran. And now we're sitting around looking stupid with gas prices through the roof because of the Strait of Hormuz being closed. So the reason why Donald Trump is still alive, most likely, is because Donald Trump was like, okay. So what if, just in a different environment by a different group of people, what if Donald Trump had the same talking to as Charlie Kirk had, but Charlie Kirk was like, all of y'all kiss my ass, I don't give a damn. And all four of them, not three of them, four of them was on the list. And Donald Trump was the only one to say, okay.
Another person was a very well-known woman who happens to be married to a CIA contractor. Same exact message. You and Tucker Carlson. But, of course, we cannot tell you who we are getting this information from. I'm starting to realize, as I consider who these sources are and their closeness to the military, and now that...
And, of course, they can't put Donald Trump on the same list as Candace Owens, because Donald Trump is the president of the United States. So, of course, Donald Trump isn't sitting there on his list next to Candace Owens, Charlie Kirk, and Tucker Carlson, because he's the president of the United States.
We've gotten into the story and realized that virtually everybody there that day has these military ties, that threat may have been coming from the government, actually, that the globalized government that we live under, right, LOL to the idea that we have any national sovereignty, may have wanted me and Tucker to watch our friend die. And then that global gang wanted us to know that you will be next if you don't shut up. Like, really, it was supposed to be you.
So going back to the first video, well, not the first video, but this one, because we're looking at warnings and people sharing warnings with other people.
Intervention was staged by Bill Ackman because Charlie's rational thoughts about were a no-no. This is not the route that you should be going on. And Charlie was surrounded by his friends, his quote unquote friends. Bill Ackman was very upset and threats were made.
Make sure to hit the like button. Make sure to hit the like button, y'all.
Everybody hit the like button. Everybody hit the like button. Everybody hit the like button.
It was at this time that Bibi Netanyahu was called and Charlie was invited to. This was an under duress situation.
See, it's an under duress situation, which means it's a possibility that this is their last time trying to get through to Charlie Kirk. And another thing that Andrew Kovitz said around when Charlie Kirk died is that a foreign entity, and it was, I think, Pierre Falcone, Pierre something Don something, some cool Falcone name or whatever. Some guy named Pierre was looking to offer Charlie Kirk and Turning Point USA $1 billion. Put a one in the chat if y'all remember that. Some Pierre guy was about to offer Charlie Kirk and Turning Point USA $1 billion with a B. And Andrew Kovitz said this. See, Andrew Kovitz was kind of like speaking a lot of things, but at some point he decided to shut up and just, because maybe they threatened him. I don't know. But Andrew Kovitz said Pierre, whoever this Pierre dude was from some French coalition, they were looking to give Turning Point USA $1 billion. And then he said no. So this situation, they seem to be extremely frustrated with Charlie Kirk and was like, damn, bro, like, we're trying to give you $1 billion. Yeah, he was from France. Yes.
I would say, because I've been in these situations before, when I started asking very sensible questions about it, as someone who had dedicated her political life to supporting it, many times alongside Charlie Kirk, I was met with the very same pressure. And just like Charlie was being invited to, I was invited somewhere else. And when this arrived to me, it felt like a threat. I gotta tell you that. It felt like a threat. Like, not like, hey, come here and we can educate you because you're my friend. More like, this is your last chance. That's how it felt to me. I can't speak to how it felt to Charlie. And I know that Charlie was offered a ton of money. $1 billion.
$1 billion freaking dollars. And Charlie Kirk said no.
In this moment, a ton of money. Bibi would fund it, spend tons of money. And Turning Point, I guess, if it needed to go to a higher.
I'm sorry. I'm just going to say it. I got a price, and $1 billion is it. You give me $1 billion tax free? Fuck all y'all. $1 billion? I'm sorry. Give me $1 billion. $1 billion? I would not take $1 million. I would not take 10 million. Because I think with my card games, I can make 10 million on my own. But $1 billion tax free? It's like this. $1 billion? Oh no. $1 billion? Man, please. Man, I would be like, yo, man, like, I still gotta have my integrity, man. Like, what can I say or not say? Because you're gonna give me $1 billion, but golly, man, $1 billion, we're gonna have to have a conversation. They offered me $1 billion.
Lever would have gone to an even higher level than it already was at. And I know.
Hold on, let's see what she's saying.
Turning Point, I guess, if it needed to go to a higher level, would have gone to an even higher level than it already was at. And I know for a fact that Charlie denied that funding. That Charlie denied, and what Bibi didn't include there, he declined to go to for, I would describe this as like, re-education camp,
Re-education camp for $1 billion. So let me ask y'all, if somebody gave y'all $1 billion to go to a re-education camp in IHOP, and for a fact they're not going to unalive you, and if you don't take the $1 billion, they are going to unalive you, Are you going to take the $1 billion? So let me add the context again. They're going to give you $1 billion to shut up about whatever it is that you're talking about, right? But if you don't take the money, they're going to kill you. I'm taking the money. I'm sorry. Charlie Kirk, according to this card game, knew that either him, Candace, Donald Trump, or Tucker Carlson were going to die. So it was almost like, we'll give you $1 billion for Turning Point USA for you to shut up. But if you don't take it, we're going to play Russian roulette with either you, Candace, Trump, or Tucker. You down? I'm taking $1 billion. Because one, I don't want my friends to get unalived. And then two, I don't want to get unalived. And two, and three, I want $1 billion. I'm just saying.
We've seen it. You made an uh-oh, but we can help you. You know, we just need you to come out to Auschwitz and take a picture.
Take a picture.
We just need you to come to the Holocaust Museum and take a photo. We just need you to go to, and we can make this better. Charlie said no to Bibi. Okay. Bill Ackman, if you would like to dispute that, I would love to hear what you say happened.
Bill Ackman, where you at?
Because our sources and what we have, it's solid.
Damn. Just damn. All right, so let's get back to this right here. Some of y'all didn't see this in the beginning, so I'm going to play it from the beginning.
This last video was titled "Enough is Enough." It was posted on September 9th, and it's actually a video of Trump. But why does this even matter? Well, there's this game that came out in the 90s called the Illuminati New World Order. And one of the cards in it is a picture of a man who does look like Trump, I will say. But the point is that the card is titled "Enough is Enough." And the first thing it says on the card is, at any place, at any time, our snipers can drop you. That card game has predicted a lot, but that one, that's a little weird. That's really weird to me. Anyways, this is my driver. Our snipers can drop you? Is that a threat? I think that's a threat. And that's Charlie's last video. And it's Trump. I'm going to post the card so you can see.
Guys, the 1995 Illuminati card game has done it again. It has accurately predicted the Charlie Kirk assassination. You need to watch this to the end, trust me. Now, if you guys haven't seen this card game before, it was made in 1995, and conspiracy theorists suggest that some of these cards are the plan for the New World Order. Again, made in 1995. That look familiar? How about this one? How about this one? That one? Federal Reserve, Center for Disease Control, gun control. You get my point. Somehow, this card game in 1995 shockingly predicts a lot of the things that have happened in the future. Now, this is the card that really blew my mind, and stick with me here, guys. The card is titled "Enough is Enough." At any time, at any place, our snipers can drop you. Have a nice day. Kind of looks like a picture of Trump. And you might be saying, well, what does this have to do with the Charlie Kirk situation? Well, this is the last short that is on Charlie Kirk's YouTube. Look at the thumbnail. Look at the card. Well, I didn't think too much about it until I saw the title of this short. Enough is enough.
It's enough.
Okay. I just like to say here, guys, that I love my life. I love my life so much. I would never take my life. And just to let you know, if you guys have been watching what I've been presenting this whole entire time and you still believe the narrative, the mainstream, then you're an idiot. The playbook is too obvious. They want you to know. They want you to know it's them. Nothing surprises me anymore.
Releases proof Erica Kirk Charlie as part of Israel's coup of America. Erica Kirk has been a Mossad agent for years. Hacked Israeli intelligence files reveals that Erica is a professional honeypot tasked with infiltrating and compromising the United States conservative movement from the inside. The files expose a multi-year operation to smuggle her way into the White House. J.D. Vance would become the president, and then he gets to pick a vice president. And he would pick Erica Kirk. J.D. Vance would be Charlie Kirked, and Erica Kirk would become president without ever having need a vote.
That is a
Ever.
crazy scenario. Oh my gosh.
Ugh.
Dude, that would be crazy.
That'd be scary.
That would be scary.
I'd be like, I guess we got to go delete all our videos.
Oh my God.
This is what we've pieced together from the emails and other intelligence sources. Charlie Kirk was never shot with a bullet. He was accidentally decapitated by a piece of shrapnel from a miniature explosive planted inside his microphone. The device was supposed to blow out his chest cavity, but the explosive malfunctioned. Instead of detonating downward, it ripped upward and took his neck. That is why security immediately ripped every device off the stage. That is why the security camera behind Charlie was yanked from the wall on live feed. That is why they literally stole his body from the scene before the coroner could arrive. That is why Netanyahu went on television within minutes to say it wasn't Israel before anyone had even asked.
Do y'all believe this or do you not believe this? Say yes or no in the chat. Do you believe this or do you not believe this? Say yes or no in the chat. Do you believe what he's saying? Yes or no?
That is why the FBI took forever to find the killer. They had to rush manufacture evidence to match the lie.
He also dropped a bombshell. FBI top brass, including Kash Patel and Dan Bongino, may have sacrificed American lives to cover up the crime of the century.
The explosive itself was purchased in May 2025 from the Accurate Energetic Systems plant in Tennessee. There is a strong evidence suggesting the same device was tested at Fort Huachuca in the days leading up to the event. That's why there were shards of glass all over the floor of the van they hauled Charlie away in. That's why they poured several feet of concrete over the murder scene the same night. 1 month later, they blew up the plant in Tennessee and called it an accident. 16 Americans died in the blast. That's how paranoid they were about the truth getting out.
Analysts who've gone through the full archive say the plotters actually deliberated between taking out Tucker Carlson or Charlie Kirk. In the end, they chose Charlie, because he was deemed more dangerous to Netanyahu's plans. The war with Iran would have been politically impossible if Charlie Kirk had still been alive.
And for the people who are saying in the chat, they don't believe this guy about this thing that they bought and put it on Charlie Kirk's shirt and it exploded or whatever. And then they turned around and it blew up the factory that made the thing that blew up. What are you saying happened if you don't think that happened? Share what you think happened in the chat if you don't think that happened, because I believe it. I believe that's what happened. Bro, do you remember the pagers in Iran? Yes, 1000%. Yes, I remember. Yep, I remember. So that's what I'm saying. I believe it. So I'm talking to the people who are saying they don't believe the guy.
Take a moment and go back and watch the old clips of Charlie publicly congratulating Trump for refusing to start a war with Iran. He praised him for staying out of another Middle East regime change war.
Everybody hit the like button. Everybody hit the like button. Everybody hit the like button.
Same month Charlie Kirk died, Pete Hegseth bought $2 million worth of lobster and crab for the troops, and the US military spent $300 billion in a single month.
See, the thing about it is, one of the reasons why, in my opinion, why they got rid of Charlie Kirk instead of Candace Owens, instead of Donald Trump, instead of Tucker Carlson, is because there was one main person that was against going to war with Iran. That was Charlie Kirk. So when you look at what they want you to be quiet about, if you think about Candace Owens was talking about Brigitte Macron being a man. She wasn't talking about not going to war with Iran. Tucker Carlson, I don't remember what he was talking about at the time, but he was interviewing people, but he wasn't vehemently going against Iran just verbally. He would just be interviewing people, and he might have somebody on his show that was against the war in Iran, but it wasn't necessarily him speaking on the war in particular. He was speaking on different things. And of course, Donald Trump was saying no to the war on Iran. And then he got shot or allegedly shot in the ear. So they was like, all right, bro, what you gonna do? The next thing you know, he was like, all right, okay. We'll go to war with Iran. I'll push the red button. But Charlie Kirk, out of all people, kept saying, no. I don't want your money. The answer is no. So in my opinion, that's why they got rid of Charlie Kirk instead of the other three people.
The most it has ever spent. They were already planning the war. The Iran war literally started the day he died. Charlie Kirk was its first casualty.
Quick commercial break and we'll be right back.
This just in, a new way of healing is sweeping the country, and it's a card game called Like Mother, Like Daughter. This game is powerful.
My favorite question was, if you could parent me all over again, what would you change? This card game has a mother deck and a daughter deck, so we both have questions for each other.
These are some good questions.
Do you think I'm a people pleaser? If so, where did I get this trait from?
This card game actually helped my marriage, and the questions showed me that I still had unresolved issues with my mom, and I was taking them out on my husband.
If you don't do anything else, buy this card game. You won't regret it. Click the link below.
Like mother, like daughter, we are the same. You'll see when we play this game.
And something I want to say about my card game right here. This card game is probably going to go up in price once my card game app comes out, because they will officially then be collector's items. And here's the reason why the price of my card games may be going up in the future. I am working on an app, like an overall app, card game marketplace, where all of my card games that I have not even put in paper form are going to be on the app, right? So now you could play the card game on the app. So that app will be possibly ready in the next 30 to 45 days. But this physical card game will then be a collector's item, because I will discontinue the actual physical card games, and you would get the card game as a collector's item. So if you have not gotten your mother-daughter card games and your mother is still alive, or you want to forgive your mother whether she's alive or not, because you can play this card game with your friends, your family members. Also, I would suggest you get this card game before my card game app comes out, because the price will probably going to go up, because then these card games will then be collector's items. So get your card games regardless of what situation you're in with your mother or with your daughter, because this right here, I would say, is so important to have just within your family, because you can hand it off to somebody else who's having issues in your family, or either you could just play it with everybody in your family. And this is going to end up being a collector's item when the app comes out, and the price will most likely go up, because I listen to my audience, and my audience is like, hey, what about the mother-son card game? What about the father-son card game? What about the sibling card game? What about the best friends card game? Every card game imaginable is going to be in the card game marketplace once I put it all together. And this will actually go up in price because it will be a collector's item. So I just want to say that. So if you're having any interest in getting this card game, I have not ordered more card games, and I probably will not order more card games because of the app will be out, and the price will probably go up because they will then be collector's items. All right. So just keep that in mind going forward. All right, let's keep going. Where's the video? What happened? Oh, here it is. Okay.
I was sent this by a few people. Charlie Kirk was killed with a miniature explosive, likely made at Accurate Energetic Systems in Tennessee and purchased by the DoD for $425K in May of 2025. You can bet Steve Feinberg was involved in the planning of his public assassination.
Hold on. Somebody said the two mother card games. So it's not two. Well, it is two. there's 2 decks in each card game. So somebody asked me, is it 2 card games? Yes, it's 2 card games in one. This is a fat ass box. This is 100 card games in this box. And that's the reason why it's still important to have the physical card game, because there's so many card games in one box. Because having this physical card game compared to the app, what you'll be able to do is you as the daughter would be able to play, you have your own questions, and the mother would have her questions. So you can ask your mother a question, and then your mother can ask you a question, and y'all can kind of like go back and forth. And this puts the mother and the daughter on equal playing fields. So nobody will feel cornered, nobody will feel judged, and nobody will feel like, it's all your fault, mother. You did this to me. No. She could come back to you about some stuff too. And it's fun. It's not confrontational or whatever. So yes, it's like therapy in a box, and it's 2 card games in each box. All right. And that's why this is so significant, because you're not necessarily going to be able to get this same mother-daughter experience on the app. The app is going to be a little different because it's an app. You know what I'm saying? So just keep that in mind. So I'm just answering that person's questions about it being 2 card games.
Well, I pulled all of Accurate Energy Systems contracts from usaspending.gov, and I found this one. This one, the address is in Tennessee. It is for miniature XS demolition devices, anti-personnel, SPM. That's what caught my attention. We're going to come back to that. The amount is $440,494. The procurement period, May of 2025 to August of 2025. So I went and looked up all other procurements, because as somebody who has done DoD procurements before, that was a really odd amount of time. None of Accurate Energy Systems procurements were less than a year, except for this one, because that's not how they procure things. I went and did more digging. The contract was signed on April 22nd, 2025. A lot of weird things about this procurement. It was a simplified acquisition process, meaning did it quickly, and it was one bidder. They did not put it under any of the IDVs, which are the vehicles that they have for all the other hundreds of tens of millions of dollars that.
So she's using a lot of technical terms, but she's talking about the small explosive that allegedly was on Charlie Kirk's chest when he was unalived.
AES had with them. It gets worse. These devices are made for special operations forces, and the XS anti-personnel are tiny ones to kill people. They're put on people. If you want to get darker, Steve Feinberg, our deputy SecDev, well, his old company, Cerebus, owns the company, I forget the name of it, that trains the special operations forces on these detonation devices. He's the one who put protecting the blue and white country in his priorities as the same as protecting America. So you have a procurement that was signed April 22nd and started May 1st, ended August, for tiny devices to kill people. Forgot to mention that the plant that the address is at, well, it exploded a month after Charlie Kirk's assassination. And
so they blew up the plant that the explosive device was made right after Charlie Kirk died.
And everyone in that plant died. No survivors. Correlation doesn't mean causality. I'm a big, big advocate of that. However, something doesn't smell right at all. So if someone knows more or can help me correct some of this, or in my investigation, I found that VanceKirk2028.com was purchased September 12th, 2025. So I was like, gotta pull this thread. So I went to Google Trends. Only 2 places search for this term exactly. You can see at the top, it's Vance Kirk 2028. Arizona. All right, in April, early April, we have the search, Vance Kirk 2028. Then first week of June, Blue and White Country searches the exact same term. Then someone in Arizona a few weeks later.
Justin says, Mr. Let Go, I think you'll be shocked of BAM Corp blatant evil theft and American Fork PD cops corrupt. I don't know what this is. I don't know what this means. What is this? What? I don't know what this means. So I don't know what you're saying. What is all this? Tony Graff will be covered. I don't know what this means. So I don't know. Can you elaborate?
still in June, looked up the image. So same term, but they did an image search. Then early August, Blue and White Country does a news search. Exact same term. End of September, DC is searching for VanceKirk2028.com. Okay, so you're telling me that the searches started in April, then continued in June with both Arizona and Blue and White looking at it in June, then again in August, a few weeks before he was killed, and then the website is purchased 2 days later. I bet you, if I was a betting person, that look in those two locations, someone purchased that website. Forgot to mention that the plant that the address is at, well, it exploded a month after Charlie Kirk's assassination, and everyone in that plant died.
Did you know that the government purchased tiny little lapel mic explosive devices from a company called Accurate Energetic Devices? Yeah! And it's a super weird procurement, too. Check this out. Basically, in April of 2025... This is according to usaspending.gov. You can find the procurement $449,000 on April, and then the procurement contract ended in August. So right after Charlie Kirk was killed. None of their contracts were this short. The government doesn't usually do contracts like this in general. It's way too short. These devices are actually made specifically for Black Ops missions. Yeah, Black Ops. Holla at your boy. Oh, by the way, the warehouse. The warehouse for this company, yeah, it blew up a few months ago. Killed everyone inside. I'm sure it's just a coincidence, though.
Damn. So, going back to this.
Let me know what you think in the comments down below. Peace and love.
Far too long, Americans have been forced.
So this is the video in question right here.
To put up with Democrat-run cities.
And this is the video that Charlie Kirk said enough is enough under the video. And don't exactly know. Well, let's just watch it together.
That set loose savage, bloodthirsty criminals to prey on innocent people. Really very, very innocent people. In every place, they control radical left judges, politicians, and activists. And they've adopted a policy of catch and release for thugs and killers. In Charlotte, North Carolina, we saw the results of these policies when a 23-year-old woman who came here from Ukraine met her bloody end on a public train. And
this woman passed away somewhat with the same injury Charlie Kirk had, I guess a week later or whatever. And this card, which is enough, he posted this video of Donald Trump and he said enough is enough in the caption.
A picture of it. This is the picture of it. And this is a picture of the woman, a beautiful young girl that never had problems in life, with a magnificent future in this country.
Let's see. Shout out to, hold on, I can't even see. Why is it so small? Okay. Shout out to Cricky 6979. Fun fact. In Erica Kirk's music video, she ziplined past a clock displaying 9:10, and then immediately after 10:10, which is when EAS exploded. That second part, 10:10, is when AEX exploded. Huh. Because I remember that video where she ziplined past 9:10, but 10:10, a month later, is when the warehouse exploded? That part I missed. So shout out to Cricky 6979. Oh shit. That's a little bit different right there. Huh. So both dates was in that music video and not just one date? Oh, crap. Huh. Okay. That's interesting. Thank you for sending that to me. That was interesting.
And now she's dead. She was slaughtered by a deranged monster who was roaming free after 14 prior arrests. We cannot allow a depraved criminal element of violent repeat offenders to continue spreading destruction and death throughout our country. We have to respond with force and strength. We have to be vicious just like they are. It's the only thing they understand. 24 of the top 25 most dangerous cities in America are run by Democrat mayors. 50 people were murdered in Chicago in recent weeks, with hundreds being shot. And it's time to stop this madness. The people of
And I'm playing this because this is what Charlie Kirk posted. So I'm trying to see if I can hear any new Easter eggs in what Donald Trump is saying, because why in particular did he post this and say enough is enough in the caption? Maybe I'm looking for something that he may be saying in here.
Of our country need to insist on protection, safety, law, and order. We have proven that it can be done because we did it right here in D.C., in District of Columbia. The capital of America was a bloodthirsty, horrible, dangerous place, one of the worst. And now it's a crime-free city, and we're going to keep it that way. It can be done. It can happen fast. All we want is, please, Mr. President, we need help. Chicago.
I'm trying to listen to every word he's saying, hoping that I hear something.
Chicago needs help. Other
Because Charlie Kirk posted this for some reason.
cities needs help. We'll do what has to be done because we're going to make America safe again. And that includes our big cities. We're going to make those cities safe. Thank you.
If I just happen to be pregnant.
Oh, okay. All right. So I didn't hear anything. Did y'all hear anything? It wasn't anything that just jumped out at me. So it's like, I wonder why he posted that. So now I want to talk about something else. So shout out to my girl, Rachel, right
Erica
here.
Kirk goes out, speaks to women.
So Rachel made this brilliant video and I wanted to have her on. I don't know where she is. I guess she got busy. So I wanted to have her on, but this right here is really interesting. So listen to what Rachel says.
When Erica Kirk goes out, speaks to women, a women's leadership conference in Texas, there's bound to be someone saying something because, see, there's questions she hasn't answered yet. And one of them is about the Romanian orphanage that she was a part of. And Romania kicked them out of Romania because 40% of the children went missing. At some point, someone's going to do this.
But the joy of the Lord withstands all.
Let's see how Charlie Kirk handles hecklers, or handled a heckler. Let's see what he did.
You want to come up here and talk? Come on up, tough guy. Come on.
Sorry, man. I was just saying
to return people that break into your country back home.
Bingo. What he did is he said, oh, you got something to say? You got a megaphone? Come up here and let's talk about it.
Come up to the mic. Come up to the mic. Since you're so smart, show the world how smart you are. We'll give you our mic, not your bullhorn. So come on up.
Let's discuss it. Whereas Erica kept using the Bible and just talking over the question that we all have, Erica, talk about the Romanian orphanage where 40% of those kids went missing.
It's important to remember that happiness comes and goes, and I pray that you find it.
You need to answer to the Romanian orphanage because it's a fact. It's not conspiracy. And what your husband did.
Master Debater is here.
Why don't come up to the mic? Come on.
So if Erica wants to operate in some capacity like her husband, or if she was inspired by her husband, why doesn't she do this? Why didn't she invite that woman up to the mic and say, come up to the mic. Let's talk about Romanian angels. Let's talk about why I was in Romania. Let's talk about if I actually am, well, she actually is, not me, PDF file protector. Let's have the conversation, because that would literally be the spirit of Charlie Kirk. But guess what? Erica Kirk is not in the spirit of anything, because she is Satan's niece. All right. In my opinion, because you can't sue me for saying that, but in my opinion, Erica Kirk is the niece of Satan. So of course she wouldn't say that. But if she actually wanted us to get off her back, that literally would be all she has to do. Bring a heckler up to the screen, up to the stage, or bring one of us up to the stage and have the conversation. And then let us ask questions. You answer the questions, and then we'll leave your ass alone. It would be really that simple. Just come on up. Come up, tough guy.
Husband did.
Master Debater is here.
Why don't come up to the mic? Come up to the mic.
And I think you know this. He confronted the heckler.
You want to come up here and talk? Come on up, tough guy. Come on.
When will you do that?
And I think what she said was absolutely brilliant. So for Erica Kirk to finally, get us off her back, this is the thing that we asked for. And this is the thing that we're probably never going to see, because Erica Kirk is a liar. And in my opinion, she definitely had something to do with, she didn't do it, but she definitely knew exactly when, why, how, and who was about to unalive her husband, Charlie Kirk. And I have to say, as in my opinion, so I won't get sued, my opinion is Erica Kirk is and was, or is, or whatever you want to call it, honeypot.
The most unbelievable part of the entire thing is that Erica Kirk video where she's walking by and she's going, I just want to go home. Girl, you haven't been home since September. You are in the streets constantly. You are in multiple cities on multiple stages with multiple walkout songs, sparkly jumpsuits, and microphones. That is, if you just said, just get me out of here, you literally could have said anything else and I might have been more sold. We just want you to go home too. Go home. I literally can't. How is it that the second that you get within earshot of an iPhone, you can say under your breath perfectly? Like, I do have to give credit where credit is due, because I do hold a bachelor's in theater and I don't think I could get my timing right while walking and then with the head down. The acting is getting better. I think we are seeing somebody getting some coaching, possibly. Like, we're doing multiple takes of things. We definitely know how to be in and around iPhones and all of that kind of stuff now, which is really exciting. You could have literally looked at the camera and said, God says hi, like he just spoke to you, and it would have been more believable to me.
All right, so we got a special guest in the building.
Hi, everybody. Hi, everybody. I'm the founder of Outing Erica LLC.
Everybody say what's up to Rachel. Drop heart emojis in the chat for Rachel. How you been doing?
I've been doing good. How are you doing?
I am doing great.
I forget about the time change, man. I'm sorry. It's like, I can't speak before noon.
Oh, well, I didn't know. That's why I was asking, like, what time you wanted to do it.
Oh, man, my brain just doesn't work before noon. I'm like, but okay, I'm here. Look how I threw myself together.
I got you. So let me play your video again and let's discuss it. Where's your video? Oh, here it is.
When Erica Kirk goes out, speaks to women, in Texas, there's bound to be someone saying something, because see, there's questions she hasn't answered yet. And one of them is about the Romanian orphanage that she was a part of. And Romania kicked them out of Romania because 40% of the children went missing. At some point, someone's going to do this.
But the joy of the Lord withstands all.
Let's see how Charlie Kirk handles hecklers, or handled a heckler. Let's see what he did.
You want to come up here and talk? Come on up, tough guy. Come on.
Sorry, man. I was just saying
To return people that break into your country back home?
Bingo. What he did is he said, oh, you got something to say? You got a megaphone? Come up here and let's talk about it.
And this is what a genuine person would do, because it's nothing wrong with somebody challenging any thought that you have. Like, I like to have people in the chat. I might just drop the link and say, hey, if anybody wants to come up, to challenge me or to talk about this, so I think no matter who you are, I think it's important to engage with your own audience, unless, like Erica Kirk, who's the niece of Satan, has something to hide.
It's the whole point of what Turning Point was about like confrontation and debate, everything. Yeah. The whole point is, and I would love to just seen if she did what Charlie did and said, hey, you know what? Hold on a second. I protect Peter. Okay, could you give her the mic? I'd love to talk about this and clear this up once and for all.
Yeah.
So let's talk about that. Let's talk about that orphanage that Candace keeps bringing up. Just ask me whatever you want to ask me, because I have nothing to hide.
Mm-hmm.
In the name of Jesus.
And do you know how riveting, how lovely that would have been?
Oh my gosh.
Candace
it would have changed everything.
Yeah, Candace literally would have been like, I got to give it to her. Mm-hmm. I didn't see that coming. And Candace would have literally backed off.
Yes. And a bunch of people would have backed off. She would have won more people and just said, you know what? I know, guys, this isn't on the plan. It's not on the script. Kind of like when her iPad broke down when she was giving that speech. And people got really excited that she's going to do it off the cuff, which is what Charlie did. He never had a speech in front of him. He was just there ready to debate. And so, she would have looked around going, you know what, guys, let's go off script a second, because I've been through enough, and I've been called enough things that I would just like to, instead of hide myself in scripture, do what Jesus did, and the truth shall set you free. So let's have an open debate with love. And it would have been like, what?
Yes. It would have humanized her.
Humanized her, yeah. Yeah.
It would have humanized her.
100%. And what's interesting is when I was putting this together, because of course Candace brought this up yesterday. You saw that. She brought up the exact same clip and said, Charlie would have. I didn't, obviously she didn't look up clips where he did. Yeah. It's not that hard to find. So I just Googled heckling Charlie, and there was like two or three different examples. And in all those examples, he said the same thing. Yeah. Which was, come up to the microphone. Let's debate this. And he went full on, and he gave them a voice, which makes them look more stupid than what they said. Because if they're calling you something and then you call them out on that, you really win. Even if she couldn't prove that she protected peace, she could have at least said, I just want to tell you a little bit about that organization that I don't think people realize. And then give me one thing, just one thing.
Yeah. And to be honest with you, you said to make them look stupid, it would have made them feel seen. Because a lot of times people yell out of anger because they don't understand.
And they don't feel heard. They don't feel heard. And so they're screaming with a megaphone, right? So that's why he said, put down the megaphone. Yeah. Because I'll give you a mic that's louder than that. You don't need that anymore. And let's actually have a conversation. And I think that the video looked, when I saw the video, I don't know if you saw the video of her being like pulled away, literally dragged away out of the event by like 3 other people, screaming it as they're dragging her away.
Yeah, I've seen that.
That makes it look worse, because did she say a nice thing? No, but Erica definitely heard the words. It was definitely clear enough to say.
What happened? What happened, Rachel? I don't know what happened. Something happened. I don't know. Her phone may have died. I don't know. There she is.
kicked me off. Just maybe I said too much.
There you go.
Maybe I'll mute myself now. Go on.
No, go ahead. You was talking. It just cut out. I didn't do anything.
No, it wasn't you. It was the system.
Yeah.
It wanted me to accept all the cookies, which just made me hungry for breakfast. So, so yeah, the point is, I think that when they watch this girl getting dragged out, and of course, Erica's expressions, she needs to respond because her expressions are already like, she was like confused and then.
Yeah, she was just like, here we go again. Why is it every time I come up here, I get heckled? But every time anybody goes up there, they get heckled. Like heckling is a part of the job.
Yeah. Well,
just talk to the people.
And I didn't see till Candace showed it yesterday, but the other people that were speaking in the name of our Lord, the one woman who was like, it says in Isaiah 4 verse 10, protect widows, protect the widows, precious.
Wait, I think I got that. Where is that video? Wait.
You have to play it.
I got it.
Candace was making me laugh so hard.
She was hilarious.
Widows.
No, widow. Hold on.
And there's going to be a bunch of clips online that she said is already going viral of what she referred to. I don't know what movie she was referring to by saying the queen.
Oh yeah, I didn't know what that movie was. She kept talking about a movie. I didn't know what it was.
I didn't either. I was definitely referring it more to like precious, the ring, give me the ring, the widow.
It's like everybody at Turning Point operates like a demon.
It's very
like they're all
even with their
movie.
Voice.
Yeah.
Even with their voices. I've never heard scripture sound more evil in my life.
And I personally think I think it comes from the LDS community. I think there's a Latter-day Saints like cult like the way they think and the way they act or something like that. I think it comes from them because there's certain groups of people that want to like act out movies. They want to make people think that they are the people in this movie. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. And it's easy to get people when you gather people and you put it under the guise of inspiration or women's
something else.
Yeah, or make people think that it's under the guise of women coming together, which is funny. Candace's comment yesterday saying that it went from a young women conference to just women. Apparently the young women didn't want to show up. So then it was just women. And I sit there and I think, how many of those people are paid for? Because I can't imagine that they can fill a room. Do you think?
No, they can't fill a room. Like, okay, here's the thing. Older women who are going to church.
Careful.
What?
I'm an older woman. I'm kidding. Okay, just go on. Older women go to church.
Older women who are going to church.
Yeah.
Now, church is very important because we have both talked about how the churches, especially on the West Coast, virtually every large church on the West Coast is now paid by IHOP to push the IHOP in stuff, right? So the older women are the ones that are going to the churches. So they can bring in older women and have an audience without paying them. But the problem is the younger women who aren't going to church, who aren't getting indoctrinated, those are the ones that they want.
Exactly.
So
and
that's
did we even know who these other people were that were speaking? I've never heard of them.
I don't know. Hold on, let me play that video. So hold on, so I'm gonna play two different videos. Hold on. I'm gonna play this one.
Okay.
Exodus 22:22. You shall not afflict any widowless child if you afflict them in any way, and they cry out at all to me. I will surely hear their.
All right, so hold on.
Exodus 22:22. You shall not afflict any widow or fatherless child if you afflict them in any way, and they cry out at all to me. I will surely hear their cry, and my wrath will be hot. Deuteronomy 27:18. Cursed is the one who perverts the justice due, the stranger, the fatherless, and
the widow.
the widow. Isaiah 1:17. Learn to do good, seek justice, rebuke the oppression, defend the fatherless, plead for the widow.
The widow. The widow.
Jeremiah 22:3. Do no wrong and do no violence to a stranger, the fatherless, or the widow.
The widow.
Malachi
The widow.
5. I will come to you. I will come near you for judgment. I will be a swift witness against sorcerers and against those who exploit
the widow.
Wage earners and oppress the widow and the fatherless. 1 Timothy chapter 5 verse 3. Honor widows. James chapter 1.
I ain't gonna lie. I went to a strip club and it was nothing but widows in there, and it was great.
And fatherless.
Maybe
fatherless.
Yeah. I threw all my money to the fatherless and the widows.
And the widows. Thank you.
The
Thank
widows.
you. Well, you were doing God's work. You were obviously doing God's work.
Yes, so I honored the fatherless.
Yeah. The widow. The widow. Hey, my dad passed away last year. Do I count in that? Fatherless?
No. That would be, wait, what is that? That would be the orphans. So
you're right.
You had to holler at Erica Kirk for that, because she hangs out with the orphans. So
yeah, I heard Romania is beautiful this time of year, so why not?
So this is what I'm gonna show you a video of what Erica looks like when she actually talks to young women and not older women. Watch this.
The way that you treat women, the way that you live your life every single day, it matters. Ladies, be modest.
So read the comments as it's scrolling. This is what happens when Erica Kirk is around young women and what they think of her.
The way that you treat women, the way that you live your life every single day.
You read the comments. They said she sounds drunk. You're muted. You're muted.
Oh, yeah.
Uh-oh. I think someone's calling her. But right here it says she sounds drunk. Hey, chat, can y'all see the can y'all see the comments?
It matters. Ladies, be modest. Live your life in a way that's honoring. Honor your parents. Build something greater than just focusing on what's next in your life. Don't compromise your character.
So this is the reason why young women don't come to her events, because she literally sounds like she's mentally ill or incoherent or something.
You guys might think it's great.
Somebody said she looks like she just woke up. I love how the girl giggled when Erica said, never do something that you don't want to be in the tabloids.
Just go along with the crowd. You guys might think it's great. To laugh at certain things that are funny.
Somebody says, who's taking advice from her? See, this is the reason why young women are at her events, because she sounds like an idiot.
But just know that people are watching, and one day you might be in a position of leadership that people will look back.
She needs to stop. It's not working.
On your life, 12, 13, 18 years, and they'll say, wow, you made those choices, you made those decisions. Yeah, in those moments, but my aunt used to tell me, never do something that you don't want on the front page of a newspaper. Live your head in that way.
She literally said, just don't do anything that will have you in the front page of a newspaper. Your ass did it, dummy.
Not because you're being constricted, not because you're afraid, but because you hold yourself to a higher standard. And I want to encourage you guys to do that. And I also want to encourage you guys, don't compromise.
Public speaking isn't for you. Being a widow isn't for you either. The widow.
As your character, there's no reason to do that. You might think it's cool to insult people. You might think... The man that took my husband's life, he made a choice over a course of time. He made the wrong decision consistently over his life.
Somebody said she needs to stop.
And so I want you guys to understand that even though your choice might be small, I don't care if it's deciding whether or not to put the grocery cart back in the sand or something as grand as finding a way to forgive someone.
But she sounds really weird there.
Do you see how stupid she sounds? She said, whether it's putting the grocery cart back in the stand.
In Jesus' name. In Jesus'
What the
name.
hell does that have to do with anything? Putting the grocery cart back in the little thing. What does that have to do with anything?
Yeah. Well, that's just the small little things Jesus would do.
Well, so it was grocery carts back when Jesus was alive?
Yes.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Well, they were actually net. They were like, the fishers of men thing. There were nets, so you have to put the nets back after fishing. So it's more about that.
Because deeply hurt you. Those choices leave a mark on your soul for eternity. People will watch it. One day your kids will watch it.
Watching?
And so I again am so grateful to be here because this is where it all started for Charlie. And it was always so special for him because he understood that.
Look at her. She's going like this.
She's bored of her own speech.
Like, I can't even think right. Like, she can't even, like, her head is hurting because she's thinking.
Yeah. You know what I think you should do? Like, you should take just the voice part of this and put, I don't know if you heard Michael Jackson when he was recorded, when he was on like every drug you can imagine. And he was just saying, oh yes, it sounds just like that. He's like,
really?
Yes. He's like, I think it should be the best show ever. I want to make sure it's the best show ever. And it like doesn't even sound like him, but the Michael Jackson documentary they just released, another one.
I can easily see that Erica Kirk is either drunk or she's on something herself. Yeah, a lot of these people, they be on stuff, and it's kind of sad.
Well, she has enough money to get the best of the best. I know that.
This ain't the best. She's
where is she talking? Where is this?
She's at a high school.
Okay, so she's with like three people in the audience. Do we know if there's anyone there?
It's a high school. Yeah, it's okay. She was invited. Okay, this is during like so nobody was asked to be there. There was just how in school they're like, all right, everybody go to the gymnasium, and they don't know why they're going.
Yeah. Oh,
so nobody had a choice, so they just put her up there, and that's why everybody in these comments are laughing at her because they didn't even expect her to be there. Because if they paid to be there, they wouldn't be talking shit about her because they wanted her to be there. They had no idea.
What is she wearing?
Somebody said, "What the hell is she wearing?"
Yeah, what is she wearing?
There's something so much greater when you.
She forgot her lines. Look like she wrote something on the back of her hand, huh?
I think it's an earpiece because I used to do teleprompter, but then I also did before they had teleprompter.
Why is she going like this with her hand? I don't know.
It's probably a signal like I can't hear you. So could you speak louder in my earpiece? She's not. This is not coming from her. She's got an earpiece. Just
Okay.
See,
she's not even talking about nothing.
She just went like this. She's touching the earpiece.
But look, she's like, "I'm sorry, I'm so emotional." You ain't talking. You're talking about putting buggies in the damn rack. How is that emotional?
He understood that.
You're right.
Because she's talking about Charlie.
Look,
yeah, she's going like this.
So she does have an earpiece.
An earpiece.
Damn, do y'all see that in the chat, y'all? She has an earpiece. She's touching her ear.
There's something so much greater when you...
See that right there? She's like, I'm like, what the hell is she doing? This woman is weird as hell.
I gotta close up on this.
Sorry, it's just been really emotional these past few days.
No, I ran out of shit to say.
Something that's so important when even with understanding the character on the internet, it's so easy to hide.
Wait, why was both of us yawning at the same time? We both was yawning at the same time.
It is so easy to press send after typing something out that you think will have no ramifications.
And Rachel, I want you to think about this. Somebody's actually giving her information in her earpiece and she sounds this stupid.
Yeah, right. That's with a script.
She's babbling like this with a script.
She sounds like there's like a hint of Xanax, just a hint of Xanax involved.
Or a hint of Hennessy or something.
But it does. There's someone on the end of that computer under the phone. And so, as you go about your life and understanding that choices do mold you, I just want to encourage you guys to be bold and fearless. Not everybody's called to be on the front lines. That's okay. Support those that are. Pray for those. Be there for them in ways that you could not even imagine, but just know that the enemy would love nothing more than to confuse you, to put you in a position where you don't think your life matters or someone else's doesn't matter, but it does. And so, just remember, again, every choice that you make.
She's definitely in the loop. I think she's definitely loopy.
Is it bringing you closer? For me, closer to heaven. That's my focus now. Closer to heaven, closer to the person that God has told you to be, or is it bringing you further away? When someone's criticizing you, is it constructive criticism or is it
Okay, wait. That's it. Let's focus on that question. Did you? That was a very, very astute question that she just asked.
What'd you say?
Well, to go back a little bit, she says, when someone criticizes you, is it coming from a conservative Christian? I mean, is it what type of criticism? Because that could go back to the whole Erica Kirk at the pedophile. I don't think that's right. I don't think that's right or left, but let's hear what she says.
All right, let's see. Hold on.
Where you don't think your life matters or someone else's doesn't matter, but it does. And so, just remember, again, every choice that you make is it bringing you closer. For me,
she sounds like the girl, and she looks like she's about to turn into a werewolf or something. Like I'm gonna play that video. I think yeah, and it's an old movie from The Howling. I want y'all to see that. Hold on. This is kind of like how she started doing, because in Howling, the girl wanted to show the world what these werewolves are, so she turned into a wolf on the freaking on the news or whatever in the movie, and she was talking like this because she was turning into a werewolf.
Everybody's called to be on the front lines. That's okay. Support those that are. Pray for those. Be there for them in ways that you could not even imagine, but just know that the enemy would love nothing more than to confuse you, to put you in a position where you don't think your life matters or someone else's doesn't matter, but it does. And so, just remember, again, every choice that you make is it bringing you closer. For me, closer to heaven. That's my focus now. Closer to heaven, closer to the person that God has told you to be, or is it bringing you further away? When someone's criticizing you, is it constructive criticism or is it
We can't even say it. I can't hear you. I can't hear you.
Oh, I said, where was this? I want to watch this. Like, this is fascinating.
I'm not sure.
Did you just find it online?
I found it. Hold on. I found the Howling video too. I want to show you how she sounds.
Yeah.
It sounds just like this. I might have to cut it out after we play it because it might copyright it, but I want y'all to see it. All right, while it's downloading, I'm gonna keep playing it.
Criticism that is going to harm me.
So what did she say? Criticism that's going to what?
Criticism that's conservative criticism, right? And then I don't know if she gave the other like criticism that's liberal. I don't know.
Okay. All right, so I'm going to show y'all what happened in this movie, and this is what I think is happening with Erica Kirk, because I told you I think she is Satan's niece. I think Erica Kirk is changing while she's up there, and she's trying to hold it back. Because sometimes when it's a full moon or something, you start changing and you're trying to stop yourself from turning into the demon on stage. So I'm gonna show y'all this in a second.
It's not going to hurt you when it's constructed to hurt it.
So I want y'all to look and listen to how she's talking and watch what I'm about to show y'all. It sounds the same way.
Like, again, the reason why high schools are so important to me.
All right, so here's the video right here.
Okay.
I have proof, and
Here it is right here. You looking?
Yeah. Oh,
right.
okay. Yeah. Okay. Oh my God, this is so good.
So this is Erica Kirk on stage.
Yeah.
Shoot, they're gonna shoot her. So this is Erica Kirk right here. So this is the reason why Erica Kirk is talking like that.
The best. That's the absolute best. I can't believe I can't believe you were able to pull that up.
Oh my God. I just downloaded it. I found it on TikTok. I just typed it in.
Oh, dude. That is
TikTok. I just looked up the scene from The Howling and it came up.
Oh, I'm crying more than she's ever cried. That was really, really good. That was very accurate.
So to the people watching this pre-recorded video, you probably don't know what we're laughing at.
Oh, you're not gonna be able to show it. I
know. I don't know. If it goes, I gotta erase it out. But some of the people, y'all probably don't know what we laughing at. But it was a scene from The Howling, and I had to remove it because I got a copyright claim. So hopefully I can leave it in there. But that's exactly how Erica.
I was talking to Otis a few weeks ago. I told him something that's really special is the fact that these students, a lot of them, how many of you guys gonna vote in the midterms? Any of you? Oh, not yet? That's
It sounds the same way as this right here, y'all.
She's ready. She's about to shift. She's about to change.
Show you something. Make you believe.
And Erica Kirk has the same eyes.
But I have proof.
She really does. Oh my God, I can't believe that.
Show you something. Make you believe.
Dude, that is so epic. That's so epic. I can't even. That is funny as shit. The thing that I wonder though is I would love to see a compilation of her speeches because I just want to know what she's actually telling kids and if she gets a chance for them to speak, because did Turning Point turn into a group of speakers? Because I always thought even when Candace was doing Turning Point events with Charlie, it was all about getting people to converge in conversation. Am I wrong about that?
Yeah, it was like being more of a conversationalist instead of a speaker. So look at this right here.
I get called so many names. I genuinely don't care. When you kiss the bloody dead body of the person that you love.
What?
We said our prayer. And we ask the Lord to protect us. Do the students unable to understand, really?
Okay, well, we'll take more miles.
If I told you
that Erica Kirk was under the influence of some kind of brainwashing or menticide or some type of MK like hypnosis or mind control or drug application. If I
So look at that, and then look at this right after that. It's the same thing.
You know what? If I
That's
may,
Erica Kirk, huh?
if I have permission from you to edit my next video using those two clips.
Yes, do it. I'll send you the clip.
Okay, send me the clip because now my creativity is going mad. I gotta put it back and forth, and I'll probably be able to find. I might be able to use even a little snippet of the Michael Jackson when he was turning into that too.
Yeah.
The Thriller video.
Oh no, you ain't gonna be able to use that. I promise you, you ain't gonna be able. Unless it's on Instagram, but on YouTube, no, they're gonna snatch that down in a minute.
Yeah, they will. But Instagram is weird. It lets you use anything.
Instagram yes. And somebody said they want me to play the whole thing. Apparently, they just came in. So
oh God. Okay, so we'll preface it for what you're showing.
Hold on.
For those in the back of the room.
Yeah. They just want me to play this on. It's too long, so I'm gonna skip a little bit because it's just gonna be a whole bunch of people looking.
The news lady's turned into a werewolf.
Her with a silver bullet. So I don't want to play the rest of it, but yeah, it's a old movie called The Howling. So it's a good movie, but it's old as hell. It's like probably from the 80s, but it's a good ass. You got to unmute yourself. It's a good ass werewolf movie. It's a good ass werewolf.
There might be vampire references as well. I just I'm really more curious to watch more of her like advice that she gives to girls and whatnot, because not only did she sound like she had an earpiece in, and where did you get that clip? Did you just find it randomly?
I forgot where I got it from, but it was on the Charlie Kirk website, Erica Kirk web. It was official. So think about this. It was directly from their website. I mean, not website, from their YouTube channel.
Yeah.
And they were saying all that stuff in the comments. So I just recorded the comments because everybody in the comments was talking shit about her on her own YouTube channel.
Really? See, this is
So
what I
her
mean.
own
Like,
fans talking
her
shit.
own fans. Like, this is not. It's she needs to stop talking.
Yeah. Yeah.
What do you think is the positivity right now? Turning Point's looking at this as a business decision. What do you think is the payoff of having her out there still? Because she canceled the thing with Vance. Because her and Vance might be the same person. Have we ever seen them in the same?
Losing money. The only thing I could think of is sometimes when okay, let me ask you this. Have you ever played a video game and you realize you're not going to make it to the end, and you just get the person killed?
Yeah.
So you can start over because you're like, all right, if it's a shooting game, you run out of bullets. You're like, all right, this don't mean I can't go no farther. So let me just jump in over here or, whatever.
Yeah.
So different types of games where if you mess up too early, you're not going to make it. So you might as well, the game dies, not the person, but the character in the game, you rather just get the character in the game killed and then you start over because you messed up.
Yeah.
So I personally think that once they started seeing how all the donors left because the CEO is an idiot, they just like, all right, we might as well just keep like running it into the ground and just report the whole thing as a loss, because sometimes you have tax issues. You got to pay all these taxes. But if one of your biggest parts of your business starts going downhill, you can now report that as a loss. And you don't have to pay no taxes for 2025.
Right. That's interesting. That's interesting because they're willing to negotiate their reputation, because I do believe there has to be someone else that can speak better than her and they can kind of tag team. You know what I mean?
Well, here's the thing. Because PVD, Patrick Bet David, he said in the video, he said, I don't know what they need to do, but it makes more sense for them to find another CEO. The reason, another opinion of mine, why they can't bring in an outside CEO is in 3 days, they're going to find out that they're the ones that killed Charlie Kirk. So you can't bring in an outsider because I think the proof is so like just embedded in everything that they do in their paperwork. They're going to look at the paper like, yo, hey, what is this? Or
okay, what about this?
They killed Charlie Kirk, huh?
What about the ones that already are in on it, like Dan Bongino? He still has I think he still has a following, but he's now a total shill for them. So that would be someone that could be on stage. Dan Bongino, we got they could get Laura Loomer.
She's a psycho, so she'll probably do the same thing. She'll probably turn into a werewolf in front of everybody too.
Charity is one. I think she already turned. I think it's about turning back now. But I'm just thinking of people that have a following from the conservative movement that they could use other than Erica, because I don't know why I'm sitting here trying to help them. The ship is going down, and we know it. And I don't know that they can't even fill chapters. You know that. You've heard they can't even fill.
They're lying about the chapters. So I think the best thing for them to do is to just fall apart, go underwater, file as a law, save on taxes, and just go away. Because I think I think Turning Point USA is just going to go away in another 6 months to a year. And we're not going to hear. We're not going to hear from them anymore, and it's just over.
Really? How do you think they're going to throw in the towel that quickly?
They don't have a choice. Nobody likes them. Like, the public sentiment about Turning Point USA is she's a devil worshiping PDF file protector.
Yeah. So you don't think there's any other people that are still hanging on to that widow?
Well, I think she'll do good in a werewolf movie. I think that's what her next job is going to be.
So can you go back to the rest of her speech? Did we find out how it ends? Because it feels like she never gets to a point.
I don't know why. I don't know why that's important to you. And I usually put this as I want to know what's on your heart, mind that I can share back with you once I hear, because I want to know. I will never forget the first time I ever voted, ever. And I want you guys to harness that same heartstring.
Hold on.
Using your voice that way.
I want to know. I want to know. No, listen. I want to know. If you have ever in your life with the heartstring. It's not a guitar string, it's heartstring. And I need to know right now who hold on a second. Hold on. I just want to know, it's Jesus Juice. Who was his name? What? Hold on. What was I saying?
I know, like.
I have a lot of emotion right now. Say I have emotion? Okay, that's a good start. I have a lot of emotion right now, huh? Okay. Heartstring, Charlie, widow. Thank you.
Widow.
I mean, it was that bad. It's that bad. Like, I'm listening to it going.
That bad. Because when I call her an idiot, people get mad at me. Like, she's an idiot. And then you say how far it is. Like, I gotta move. Hold on, let me see. Oh, hold on. It ends pretty quick. Hold on, let's see how it ends though.
And it's a lot of fun. And you can do that.
And somebody starts laughing at her, and she checks them like, she gonna say something.
Finally, making the decisions that on your family, on yourself, and on your future self. Again, I'm so grateful to be here. God bless you guys. Sorry I was late again, but that's why.
And she was late. She said, "Sorry, I was late."
Thank you, Father.
She walks away like, do you know what it looks like when she walks away? The walk of shame.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
like, oh, I just do that? I
Yeah.
so fucked that up.
Yeah.
How do you mess up talking to high school kids? You and I could get on stage and talk to high school kids and sound better than
Yeah.
that. What was the point of what she said to them other than God bless you? She sneeze. God bless you. God
This
bless
shit is
you.
bad.
It's
Somebody said she's evil, period. See, they look at her like she's this demonic devil worshiper.
Why did they ever cheer for her?
That probably was a word track. I mean, just an audio. That was her audio track.
I think so too, because look, it says she walked off stage like they booed her. Someone commented.
Yeah. So, in my opinion, because it was on her website, I mean, on her YouTube channel, most likely they played a clapping track instead of them booing.
Oh yeah.
Because if they start clapping for you, wouldn't you kind of like go like this?
Yeah, of course. You wouldn't be like,
you're gonna be like this, you know what I'm saying?
Right,
So
right. Yeah.
Watch the walk off again. Watch this.
Here, you guys. Sorry I was late again, but that's why. So thank you for having me.
And she was late. That makes it even worse.
Yeah, they had to wait. Boo. That
See?
would make no sense. Yeah.
So if somebody started clapping, you'll be like, thank you. So she just ran off. So most likely they played just a clapping track.
Why don't you think that they showed I mean, I try to do this in all my videos. I try to add captions because there's a lot of people that, they're trying to watch something, but they're in the middle of a business meeting or whatever. So they just turn, and you can at least read what's happening. So why wouldn't they present? First of all, it's so unprofessional. So with millions of dollars, Turning Point, you can't afford a better sound system.
Yeah.
Like that's the video you put out that literally looks like mom videotaping her kid speaking at a high school graduation.
I agree.
And there's no captions. There's no nothing. It's almost like I'm getting to a point thinking they're purposely putting bad shit out there because the sound is horrible. She's doesn't present herself as a sober woman of Christ.
Yeah. Yeah.
Sounds like she had too many, tequila at the Last Supper.
Right.
Because she was just, and I'm not sure what the point was of her. Just, she keeps saying the same things. Be the woman that, the best version of the godly woman he wants you to be.
Word salad. She just says, because she's not a speaker. And for some dumb reason, she wants all of the attention. See, in my opinion, she's an attention whore. And she wants to finally be able to speak, but she is incoherent.
Now, if we go back, if you could pull up, let's see her on stage with Charlie, just anything where she speaks. I mean, there's only a few of them. One of them, she's in that pink bouffant, like looks like a tissue when she's on stage, that pink bouffant thing she wore. And her and Charlie are on stage together.
I'm looking now to see if I got something about. Let me see what this is.
Because she has spoken and it doesn't sound as retarded. I mean, it doesn't sound as special as what we just heard. I think even someone retarded was way smarter.
Hold on, let me see. I'm looking. I'm just trying to see what all I got.
I mean, you probably just Google it and it would come up. Or even on YouTube, it would come up because they have spoken on stage together. And of course, Charlie sounding much better, but also on the podcast, she was on his podcast, acting all nervous and in love with him. She couldn't remember
this whole experience in general. Like I said, I'm very coachable. I'm very trainable. I'm the person that I don't need all the time in the world to get ready. If you say you got to be on a plane in a half hour and you have to pack your stuff and go, I'm on it. I'm kind of like a gypsy.
So this is her just in a different environment talking.
I don't mind living out of a suitcase. I'm used to it, and that's something that I'm.
But this is before Charlie Kirk.
This is an audition. This is very interesting. I haven't seen this. I've seen all of her auditions. I have not seen this one.
Yeah, she sounds bubbly right here.
Okay with. So traveling, I love it. I'm all for it.
She sounds almost beggy bubbly.
Something very unique to offer this whole experience in general. Like I said, I'm very coachable. I'm very trainable. And I'm the type of person that I don't need all the time in the world to get ready. If you say you got to be on a plane in a half hour and you have to pack your stuff and go.
She was trying to be somebody's assistant right here.
I'm on it. I'm kind of like a gypsy.
I
don't mind living out of a suitcase. I'm used to it, and that's something that I'm okay.
She was interviewing to be part of a fashion brand linked to Epstein, and she wants to be You do know allegedly she was working with Epstein's brother, not Epstein in particular, Epstein's brother.
I didn't know that.
Epstein's brother has or had an apartment where they were packing girls in there like sardines from other countries. And it was Epstein's brother that owned the apartment.
I love it. I'm all for it. I'm up for anything. I want to learn. I want to be able to use this opportunity and harness all the things that I can learn from it and be able to just inspire people. Like how cool of a chance it is to be able to work with Diane and her.
The Erica Kirk rabbit hole never ends. She has now began her speaking tour called Make Heaven Crowded with Pastor Greg Laurie, who is head of the Harvest Christian Fellowship Church. And Greg Laurie got hit with serious allegations and lawsuits, allegedly, including claims from survivors. And guess where? Romania. Multiple lawsuits have been filed against Greg Laurie, as well as the church by nearly 20 survivors. So yeah, this is who Erica is platforming.
Around and travel, and we don't need sleep. I don't need sleep. I drink coffee. I drink like 8 cups of coffee a day.
Dragon Komodo.
Yeah, I drink Komodo Dragon
You
coffee.
sound like that guy, Charlie, or what's his name? You sound like that guy,
What?
Charlie, or
Yep.
what's his name?
Oh
And,
my
Erica
God.
had said that while she was quote unquote living in China, she was working with victims of sex trafficking. Okay. I want you to remember what she said. Take a listen.
I decided to create something called Everyday Heroes Like You, where we're able to, originally, it was focused on bringing funds and awareness to various grassroots organizations that were in specific communities that would be able to have volunteers that are
So I'm just showing you different times where she spoke.
transparent with their funds, that are actually doing what they're saying they're doing, instead of just having 70% of the funds go to admin and only 30% towards the cause. It kind of grew into something more global.
So you can see when she's in certain environments, she can speak coherently.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, well, she can because she's not on a stage. This is like,
Yeah.
or
Yeah.
she's auditioning and trying to seem like
Right.
that. Oh my God, I'm such a
Or-
perky, fun person.
Or she has been drugged or something.
Oh, that's true.
And every time you okay, I wanted to go on a safari, right? And I wanted to play with lions. And I'm just like, how do people play with the lions without the lions killing them?
Yeah.
Well, I found out that they actually inject the lions with some type of something to make them subdued.
Oh, so they'll come up to the vehicle and get
Right. So when
Okay.
you're around the lion is kind of like, "Rrr," but you can't see it, but it's not vicious because it doesn't have all of his motor skills. So it's a possibility that she is up under something where she doesn't necessarily have all of her motor skills. I don't know.
Well, I mean, I can understand giving someone that so that they're not nervous, because of course, taking anything like that before you're performing reads as if because it sounds like she is definitely inebriated. There's no question she was on something.
Yeah. So I think, to be honest with you, Michael Jackson was on something. Prince used to be on something. I think Kanye West, all these people, I think they got to take drugs. Look at DMX. So artists, when you get on stage, I think they take stuff before they go on stage. They take stuff in order to stay awake. They take stuff to go to sleep. You know what I'm saying? I heard Drake say he'd take a couple, I'm not going to say what, to go to sleep on a plane. Yeah. So, he just rapped about it like it's nothing. So I think when you're an artist and you're in front of the public a lot, I think they take stuff. Either an upper or a downer.
Right. But I mean, at least Michael Jackson and Prince has the excuse of Michael Jackson's hair started on fire. His scalp was burned after that Pepsi commercial. So he was a Jehovah's Witness, never touched alcohol or drugs until then. And he got that little taste of what that Demerol or whatever that they put him on. And then he was like, oh, now I don't have to feel the pain of my child abuse. You know what I mean? And so he continued with that. And then Prince, same thing. Prince was trying to get off of it actually before he passed away. And they found that it was the Vicodin was laced with fentanyl. So that was definitely taking him out, but not to excuse that. It just feels like she's not that good to sober. So to give her something is not going to make it better.
I don't know.
But
I have
okay,
no idea. I don't know.
do we know the next schedule? Like, because she's got it's don't they do like a 3-month tour or whatever? Like, when is the next time she's going to speak? Because I'm wondering if they're experiencing a backlash.
The Make Satan Great Again tour is still going, I think. So I need to look into the
Yeah, I just want to see, because I just want to support her and I just want to be there for her, and maybe speak into her headset, so I could give her a couple of jokes, maybe to
I wish I would have known that when she came. That wasn't that. When she came to Atlanta, she went to UGA in Athens, Georgia.
Oh, dude, you could have gone.
That was when nobody came. If I would have known, I definitely would have drove out there and I would have went.
Where is Turning Point USA? Is that in
Arizona?
Because that's where I am. I'm in Arizona.
Is Salt Lake City, Arizona? I don't know. I just know
Scottsdale is where they were living.
Scottsdale, that's it. Scottsdale.
Right.
Scottsdale, Arizona.
Do you remember though when I uncovered looking up their house where they lived, and that they sold it in February? So I truly believe that Charlie knew that she was an operative or something. Something came out that he found out, because the house was beautiful. And like Candace says, there's no reason to sell a house when you just moved. You just got married. You have 2 kids. It's a beautiful house.
Yeah.
I don't think he wanted to take any more money, which would have been paying the rent. And I think he was easing his way out back in February.
Yes.
Okay. February, June, July, August, September. So that's 4 months before everything happened. And I think that he had a feeling, because to be honest, when I think about it, my gut says I don't even think that they were living together. I don't even think they were living together. She wasn't spotted with him for 2 months before he passed away. And maybe they were just keeping it under. But I really, the way that she talks about that night and how weird that he slept in the next room and took his ring off, and no one, you send a 6'4" guy to sleep into a kid's bed.
A kid's bed?
To have a good night's sleep?
Right.
How about Erica? You go. Yeah.
You said sleep in there in order to have a good night's sleep.
Right. Sleep on the baby, because you know how big their kids are.
Babies.
You know that they are not going to have a bed the size of Charlie Kirk.
Right.
So I really wanted him to have a good night. And I turned the air conditioning down for him. Like, she's got all these details that she did. No, girl, you sleep in there with the kid.
Yes.
Let Charlie have the king size bed.
Right.
She probably was. And then wake him up in the neck, because it's really weird that she's even admitted to kicking him out of bed the night before he passed away.
Yeah.
And they're never even getting a chance to say goodbye. So I truly believe that he was he knew about it. He was slowly backing out. And that I even believe that, because how do they move from this multi-million-dollar mansion into a condo?
A condo. It was a condo. Yep.
And she even says, I'm just a regular person. I was just in the kitchen getting peanut butter or eating cereal in the morning, just like she's so regular. Meanwhile, and you can tell when that, and you know how scripted that interview was. And you know they edited a lot of that out. So I think the thing, she can present herself in a scripted way, but when she gets on stage, she's got the tears, right? But she did speak at Charlie's funeral, and I think that's...
No, she cried at his funeral.
Yeah, but
I forgive him.
Oh yeah, she forgave him. I wonder if at any point she's going to forgive Drake. You think it's going to take another couple months?
Drewski.
Sorry, Drewski. Yeah.
No, she hates Drewski.
Yeah, might take a couple more months.
Drewski literally like killed her whole career. I think that one video killed her whole career.
Yeah. Well, and her reaction to it too, because she could have, and whoever is around her giving her advice. I mean, the best thing she could have done is, wow, he really did a good impression of me.
Yeah.
My husband's dead. My husband's dead. Like, I'm not trying to be morbid, but he's dead.
It's just some of the sound clips, and especially when she was on the podcast going, we have thousands of speeches.
Right.
I mean, we have so much. We could keep this show going just off of the speeches no one else has seen, because he was giving speeches everywhere all the time.
Oh, wait. I seen, okay, here's when she came out on stage and spoke, and it was a lot of people on this one. I think this this was more people than with Charlie Kirk. You ready?
Yeah.
I forgot all about this.
Oh yeah.
Did you see that one?
Oh, I never saw that
forgot
one.
where she was. It was some type of conference, but yeah, she did her thing there.
Dude, that is. See, if she would do anything like that, that would bring. And would it be even better is if she went out on stage, one of these high school auditoriums, and pretended to do that, even if she was bad at it.
Yes.
Therefore, she's making fun of herself, and then people can laugh at her, and now they like her again. And there's so many ways to be like.
Is just fall in the water and just start swimming. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, yeah. I think that she, like when we see these old clips where that's why I feel like there's two Ericas. I even had that download when she was speaking, like right after he died, and she was in his office and she was just addressing the nation, and you have ignited war. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It felt like the total different Erica than the one that was auditioning, saying, "Oh my God, I'm the type of girl that if I need to get on a plane, I am not going to be making you wait. I will it'll take like an hour and a half to get my things together and my nails and lashes. But other than that, I love working for Diane. Oh my God, Diane's amazing.
Totally different person.
Totally different person.
Totally different person.
And I don't think they want her to be that because she needs to hang on to that grief element and that. But what she's done is she's made herself. And by the way, I guess that's AI when you see her going.
Yes.
Yeah, that part is AI. The rest of it was pretty real. But that part.
Hold on. This is real right here. This isn't AI. This is her. This is after she changes. This is her werewolf.
Oh yeah. Yeah. She changes. Okay, now I'm gonna have to do that. You have to send me that clip too.
I'm gonna do some stuff too. Put on Twitter. But
I think Jesus is gonna strike you for making fun of a widow. Making fun of a widow. It's a widow.
It's a widow.
The thing is that it can seem petty and all this. I like to do podcasts where we create ideas and think of solutions to answers, but at the same time, this woman, and my aunt just hates when I do this because she fell for that. She fell for the grieving widow, and she thinks any video I do about Erica since then is horrible. I hate when you do those videos, Rachel. I said, I'm not saying anything mean. I'm outing the fact that she's a contradictory human that lies continually. And when it comes to children, children or animals, I don't play because until she answers to that, until she can answer to that. And you want to know why that video that I did saying that did not get taken down or even flagged?
Why?
Because when I said over 40% of those kids in Romania went missing, it is a fact. So they couldn't take it down. So nothing I said they could take down as false information, which is even scarier because they've taken down a lot of my videos for less.
Yeah.
But they couldn't take that down because if you fact check it, it was true. And how she is able to be at the head of leadership without answering that one question or having one more conversation with Candace that's not behind locked doors.
Yeah.
Like, can't they have an open conversation? And now I realize why they wanted to do it behind closed doors because Erica can't debate.
I think it's more than that. I think it's more than that. But yeah.
Well, you think that she's gonna she would say the wrong thing or something?
Well, Candace is too smart, so Candace would just catch her in a lie.
Yeah, well, yeah, she would.
Yeah.
She would bring out facts.
You gotta remember when you're dealing with a person that's lying,
Yeah.
you don't want to put her out there because she's going to lie, and then Candace is going to catch her in a lie because she knows more about all this stuff than she does. But I got to get out of here.
Yeah, I gotta go too.
So, yeah.
No, I gotta go. No, I gotta go first.
No, I gotta leave. You ever hang up with somebody like, I gotta go? No, I'm so glad you said that because I was like, I gotta go.
But I'll talk to you later.
All right,
and
good.
thank you. And let everybody know where they can find you.
Oh yeah. You can find me at Rachel Reenstra is my name. Reenstra on Instagram and Rachel Reenstra on YouTube.
Okay.
And no more
All right.
TikTok for me, by the way.
You're
'Cause-
done with TikTok.
Yeah. It's over.
I don't. Yeah, it's over.
We love Larry. We love Larry Ellison, but it's time to. Nah.
It's time to move on. Yeah.
All right. Bye, darling.
All right. Talk to you later.
You guys have a good day.
And I want to show y'all something else. What else? I had another video on here. What is this video?
All of us will refuse to let that happen. No one will ever forget my husband's name, and I will make sure of it.
A few moments later.
My husband's dead. Like, I'm not trying to be morbid, but he's dead.
Oh, okay. Yeah. So talk to y'all later. And like I said before, make sure to get your mother-daughter card game, because in the near future, once the app comes out, the price is most likely going to go up. So the link to buy the card game is under this video. The link to buy the card game is also in the chat. We'll talk to y'all later.
If you had one wish involving us, what would it be?
That we got along better.
Okay.
The day that you told me, like, I was so happy for you, my mindset toward you completely changed. I think after you had her, you realized, like, how hard it is to be a mom. And, like, when you look back at things that maybe, like, made you mad at me, you realize, like, okay, well, that is hard.
Just bought this mother-daughter card game because I came to the realization that my issues with my mom are not resolved, so I decided to do something about it. Just played this card game with my mom and we both literally broke down crying. Here's the card game right here. Buy it. Every woman needs this. You won't regret it.